Okay, well, hopefully this isn't like the 15th time you've ever seen this, but I'm gonna do 13, or half of 13. And I apologize if you can hear my dogs barking, or me hiccuping. And I dropped my pencil already. Love that. Okay. So, the first sentence, super easy. We see there's a question word, a verb. We see the question mark. This is great. Good start. So it's just, what is this Cataline? You just kind of gap the this, basically just saying, what are you doing, Cataline? What you doing? Ow. Okay. So looking at the note, we see noom means surely or surely not, whether, whatever. We have a head verb, and right here we have an ACI. I know my hand's in the way, but sorry. That's because we have an accusative, we have an infinitive, and then right here we have some stuff. And then following the comma, we have a nice little clause. We see a question mark. Yay. So, since noom is a question word, we can expect a question mark. It's going to be a question. And also with dubitas, since it's a head verb. Head verb, yay. We can expect an ACI. So, with this sentence, surely, we see the AS ending, so it's second singular. So it's you, doubt. You doubt. To do, we go back, we have our main verb here, to do. To do that, since we have the ACI, and that is the beginning of the ACI. To do, which I made you to. Comma. So we have this done, and we just have this quote clause left to do in this sentence. So we can, whoops, we can put some parentheses, oh, that's not right, around tua and sponte. Got those nice ablatives. Okay, so quote, which, oops, which I made you to. Excuse me while I think for a second. I'm just trying to think of like what quote agrees with to like make it which. But like it's just like the things like to do, like the stuff that I asked you, and the things that I asked you is which you now did with your free will. So he's basically saying, out of your own free will, you chose to like disobey me, basically. Okay. So the next sentence begins with a nice infinitive. We have this ex urbe verb, accusative. This was nominative. Sorry, I skipped it. This is a very like straightforward sentence. It's literally subject verb do with from the city. So this is just, oh whoops, not he. It ordered. My handwriting is really bad. I'm sorry if you can't read it, but my iPad's literally in front of me. Okay. It ordered the enemy, the accusative, to go the city. It's a really straightforward sentence, no like hidden meaning. Literally what he was saying was, this is the order that you broke with your free will, and what the order was to go from the city. Alright, so this next one was out of this little chunk, the most confusing of them, the most like strangely constructed, but it makes sense. So again, we have an AS ending for the verb and accusative. And then again, we see that noom, only except this isn't like a literal question. We'll get to that. Okay, so we're gonna bracket that. And punctuation plays a lot of, like, it really helps. Really helps. Nice little verb. We see an if, and then dative, and a verb. You really can't see my labeling, but yeah, okay. So, you ask me whether, that's not gonna fit. Whether into exile, which is that little thing that we parenthesed off. And then I gapped in will you go, so it was a little bit more cohesive, because it is like a question. You ask me whether into exile you will go. I don't order it, but whoops. But if you ask me, I urge it. So Cicero is saying, you asked me like whether or not you were exiled, whether you'll be exiled or whatever. And he's doing another one of those things where he's like, I'm not gonna say it, but like I don't order it, but like if you ask me, you should leave. And he'll get to why he thinks he should leave in this next little chunk. So this starts basically the same way as the last one, only except it has NM. So we have indeed, what are you doing, Cataline? Indeed, what is this, Cataline? So, nice, out of the way. We see a quotes, we go to bracket, and this bracket goes right to the end. We see there's a nice little question. Oh, apparently, well, you don't see that. I see that. In the city is gonna be bracketed off. Yay. We have an accusative. Whoops. An infinitive and our verb. Cool. So another really simple thing that's easily translated. I also chose this one to make a video on because I could actually explain what was going on. Alright. So we have, indeed, what is this, Cataline? What now? In this city, you don't actually have to do this like linearly. That's how I translated it. In this city is able to please you. He's basically asking, what is left for you here? You don't have anything. We caught you. You're done. Just leave. No one likes you. Oh, we'll get to the no one likes you, actually. Okay. Fun stuff. Nice little parentheses. We have verb, extra, there's a note down there, extra with an accusative, which just happens to be right next to it, and then a bunch of genitives. And then nice bracket again, have with the qui, that just goes, well, it ends here, and then there's another one right next to it. Because he just felt the need to repeat the word Nemo. Because he's extra like that. Okay. So, in which is talking about the city. So, in this city, in which no one, oh, whoops, there is no one, my bad. In which there is no one. There's no one in the city. Except, or beyond, beyond all of these genitives. Beyond these of the morally deprived conspirators. Love that. And then, again, going back, there is no one who does not fear you. No one, oh, darn it. No one who does not hate you. So like I said, we were gonna get to the everyone hates you part eventually, and there it is. So going over all of this, like sentence by sentence, I guess. So from the beginning, Cicero, again, saying, "What are you doing, Catiline? I told you what to do. You used your free will to, like, go against me. What I ordered you to do was to send the enemy from the city. You asked me whether or not you should go into exile. I didn't order it, but," there's the but, "if you asked me, I would urge it. And the reason why I would urge it is because there's no one in this city, like, who likes you anymore. Other than the conspirators, who are obviously going to get punished too. There's no one left for you to, like, hang with. You got no more friends here. There's nothing for you here. So, like, even if I weren't to explicitly exile you, why would you stay? Live a lonely life." And wow, it's 13 minutes and doing 13. Love that. Got through it without my dogs barking. Cool.